Hi guys, today we are taking it low and slow with this completely mat-based Pilates routine to strengthen the pelvic floor. So you will need a couple of pieces of equipment for this one. You will need a small Pilates ball as well as a circle band. You can do the routine without them, but you will definitely get much more impact with those two pieces. So if you are ready for this workout, go ahead, roll out your mat, and let's get started. All right, I get a lot of requests for pelvic floor routines, so that's what we're going to do. So really good one for pre and postnatal, but also for everybody, especially like if you are a runner, for example, that can be quite hard on the pelvic floor, it can really weaken it over time. So really good workout for everybody to do. You do need a couple of supplies, ball, band, that's it. We are going to start off with the band, so ball is just going to go off to the side for now. And you're just going to slide into that band, slither on in, and it's going to come up to the thighs. So you don't want it to be too close to the knees or it'll go behind. You also don't want it to be too high or it'll slide up around the hips. So about midway. And then you're going to come down onto one side. So completely mat-based. Top leg, I want you to bring in front of you. This first exercise, the band isn't going to do a whole lot, but we have it in place for the next one. So fully on the side, navel and hip stack. That bottom leg, I want you to extend super long through the knee. Point the toes, we're gonna exhale, lift. Inhale, lower it, that's it. So really nice long reach, that is important. If this knee is bending on that active leg, we're not going to be getting the work in. Also, I'm sorry, I apologize. There is like some construction happening in the background. I really tried to wait it out. I was like, okay, maybe it's gonna stop, like maybe they'll go on a break. They haven't gone on a break, which like in Spain is shocking because it's constant breaks anytime there's any kind of like construction or work being done. It's probably like 80% of the time break, 20% of the time actual work. But somehow I seem to be hitting that 20% of the time right now. That's where we are. Here's 3, 2, you're gonna keep this last one lifted. I just want you to do a little tiny pulse. Keep pulling navel in tight, staying on that hip, so top hip stays stacked. Make sure you're not pushing too far forward or back with it, and really, really controlled with these ones. I am going to be getting a microphone for filming, so hang in there, bear with me, and probably the next video that I post after this one will be with a microphone, so it should be much better sound quality and not all of that horrible drilling sound. Give me 4, 3, 2, 1. Release all the way back down. We're gonna do that again, those same two things. So full lift, make sure you're lifting as high as you can, and then releasing. Exhale on the lift, and it should be a really controlled release. It should never just like fall down. If it's falling down, then it's momentum based. This side of the body that's on the floor, it stays pressed into the floor, into your mat. Is there any sound more crazy making than drilling? Also, this is a new thing. Like I hadn't filmed in weeks, and then today, the day that I had time to film, they just started that. So that's, you know, that's often how that goes. So I am sorry about that. I'm trying to like speak over it, so that's why I'm like shouting. Here's 2, keep it up on 1, and pulse it here. Hopefully one of the cats will appear to distract us from that. Layla's like just off to the side here, I can see her. She's drinking some water. She's at the watering hole. So these should be quite small because we're focused on the length of the leg. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. All right, bring that top leg in. We're gonna bend both knees. Oh, hello, ball. So we're gonna bend both knees here. We're going for a nice little clamshell series. Also, just a little note here. If this position ever becomes uncomfortable for the neck, you can extend all the way down. So with these clamshells, navel is in tight, hips stay stacked, we open and close, that's it. So exhale, open, inhale, close. Notice we're getting the resistance from the band. We don't need to swing the hip open, so you'll stay fully on that side. If any part of your bottom butt cheek is touching the floor, you're probably like, woohoo, going back, yeah? So you should never feel like the bottom leg is lifting at all. It's nice and controlled. We're keeping these pretty small. So feel that resistance. Slowly close it. Hey, Layla. Okay, bye. Good talk. There goes Layla. Doesn't really have much to say today. Probably more interested in having a snack. Oh no, there she is. Layla, come here. Not interested. Here's 3. Should be getting a nice little burn in the outer thigh and glute. And last one, keep the knees open. We're gonna extend and bend. So all of this really relies on the navel staying tight. Notice knees stay apart. I'm keeping that separation. So everything is from the center. We want to stay nice and tight there. And yes, these are going to burn. We got 10 more still. So again, just watch, make sure you're not trying to rotate the hip open. I'll show you one just to show you. If it's up here, it's probably more in the hip. So I want you to think kind of on a front diagonal, keeping the hips stacked. That is important. That's why I've said it like 20 million times, because it is important. Few more. And last one. Oh, city life, all the sounds of city life. Let the knees close. And then we're gonna do 10 combos. So it'll be an open, extend, just 10 of these guys. So open, extend, together, close. Open, extend, together, close. So all hips stay in the same place. Navel stays pulling in tight. So yeah, this is a nice kind of pre and postnatal friendly routine, though like I said, you don't have to be. It's a good routine for everybody. And uses some props. So yeah, I don't often pull out the props, especially the circle band. I don't know why. I think I just assume like a lot of people don't have circle bands, which to be fair, you might not. And you could still do this without the circle band. Last one here, but I think a lot of people also maybe do have them. Come up to the forearm here, and if you don't, if you have just like a straight like long band, you can tie it and make your own circle band. So up onto the forearm, push out of that bottom shoulder. Your palm and knees are gonna be in the same line here. So we're gonna lift up into a modified side plank on the knees, so just 10 little lifts. So it's gonna be an exhale, lift, inhale, touch. Exhale, lift, inhale, touch. Pulling the top shoulder back so we're nice and stacked. And the lift comes from the middle. So like you have a little rope just whoop, pulling you up to the ceiling. Here's 4, 3, so just a nice like overall core strengthening routine. One more, stay up here, we're gonna do 10 clamshells. So in the side plank, there's 10. And the band might go kind of slack as the legs come together. You also might have a higher quality band than I do. The kind of like cloth, like textile ones are a bit better because they stay in place, they grip a bit better. Last one here, keep it open, 10 extensions. Keep hips lifted. Didn't say it was gonna be easy. Keep pressing out of it. 4, 3, 2, 1. That's a doozy with that band. All right, that's it for that side. We're gonna flip around to the other side. So yeah, you might need to adjust a little bit. I have to adjust mine because it's like a slippery rubber band. But yeah, that is why generally I do recommend more of the like kind of cloth ones because they'll just like lock down and grip. So top leg crosses in front here, pull navel in, and then make sure you're keeping that hip stack so you're not splatting forward or pulling back. Bottom leg is long, that's our active leg. Point the toes, straighten the ankle. We exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Navel tight. And it's kind of a nice relaxing routine because at least we get to lie down. It's not easy, but I think mentally, anytime I'm lying down, I'm like, oh, this isn't so bad, which I think is why I really genuinely enjoy ab workouts, like a classic kind of supine, like ab workout, lower abs, double leg lifts, anything like that, I really enjoy because I'm like, it's not that hard, I'm relaxing, I'm lying down, it's not so bad. So, I don't know, let me know if you feel the same way, or if you feel like actually it just lulls you into the false sense of security, and then it hits you where it hurts. But no, I feel like anything standing to me is always a little bit harder. Standing legs, that's, I think, the hardest. And I post a lot of bar workouts, so I mean, if you are a standing legs person, there you go. Next one, keep it up, and you're just gonna pulse, so nice and high and tight. Don't let the rest of the body move, don't let it join in. It's not invited to the party. Should feel a little bit of the top oblique actually stabilizing as well. Keep that leg nice and long. 4, 3, 2, 1, release. We do it again, so exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Again, with these first ones, the band isn't really doing anything. We just have it in place for that next one, where it does a whole lot. And hopefully you have a resistant enough band that you are really feeling it. If your band is too light, I encourage you to get a more resistant one. There you have Luna sneezing in the background again. This is all my videos. We got construction and cat sneezing. Now, like I say, next video, come back for the next video, no matter what it is, whether it's something you like or not, come back for it because the audio is gonna be a big old upgrade. That was one of my goals for March. I wrote it down. March goals, get a microphone for filming. So yeah, I'm probably gonna order it, I don't know, maybe today, if I have time to look at it, or tomorrow. It'll be here by the next time I film. Keep leg up and pulse it. Don't you worry about it. In the meantime, you get to hear cat sneezes. I should be the one that's sneezing. It's shedding season and their fur is everywhere. It's out of control. And release. Bend both knees. And in fact, it's shedding season so hard for all the animals in Madrid that the supermarket was sold out of lint rollers. So I'm in a bit of a pickle because most of my leggings are black. So knees bent, heels stay we clamshell, open and close. And right now I'm going through a moment where I'm wearing more like printed leggings and not solid black leggings because there's so much cat hair on everything. And until I can get my hands on a lint roller, I just don't really want to like go out and about with like a fine coating of cat hair all over my ass. So that's where we are. That's the state of things. So hip stays stacked here. Really, you do have to resist that urge to open the hip. I know so many people who will do these and they're just kind of like, woo, yes, that is easier. It will feel easier doing that, but it's not what we want to be doing. We want to be keeping all this tight, and guess what? It's not tight if we're throwing the whole hip back with it. Here's 4, 3, 2, keep it open on 1, the extensions. The extensions are worse, I think. Let me know if you agree. Also, let me know if it's shedding season where you are, and if so, do you have pets? Are they just shedding absolutely out of control? How are they doing? How are they looking? Or is they looking a little scraggly around their manes right now because they're all long-haired. 3 long-haired cats. So yeah, they're looking a little scraggly. We're pulling lots of like scraggly tufts out of them. I feel like start of March is like the initial shedding season. It actually follows allergy season pretty well in Madrid. So like start of March, end of February, start of March really, because it's been mild. And then June, like May to June, is when their shedding like really intensifies and you gotta be all over the brushing or they just become a hot mess. Here's 2 and 1, and then we'll do 10 combos. Layla's just lying on the floor looking at me like, I'm not a hot mess, speak for yourself. All right, 10 here, so open, extend, together, close. But Layla also gets to go, she gets professionally groomed because she's a Maine Coon. So, yeah, she gets the professional job. Woo! I'm using I'm using my heavy band right now because I lost the light one. To be fair, I shouldn't be using a light for this anyway, but I lost the light one a long time ago and I left the medium band at somebody's house. So this is what we got left. Last one here. This is why we can't have nice things. Not that these bands are that nice. I can come up to the forearm, like I said, the cloth ones are nicer, but because I have a little bit of a history of like losing them and leaving them places, I'm also like, I kind of feel like I shouldn't get the really nice ones. So knees and palm in line here. Exhale, lift to side plank. Inhale, touch down. Because then I'd be like more sad when I left it somewhere. That's what happened. Who knows though, maybe if I had really nice bands, I'd be more careful with them and wouldn't lose them. Here's 4, who can say? 2, stay up on the next one, 10 clamshells here, so keeping hips lifted, there's 10. Four, top shoulder pulling back, stay out of that bottom shoulder. Last one, keep knees open, we extend, touch, extend, touch. These are the real killer in this series. Four more. And one last one, and down. Good news is, we're done with that band, so take the band off. So yeah, often pelvic floor strengthening routines will involve core, as that did, as well as like inner and outer thighs, so everything in this area, because we gotta kind of keep everything nice and tight around it. So it's all working together. All right, this is where we're grabbing our ball now. So ball's gonna go between the inner thighs, about halfway. So not too close to knees, not too high up, about right in the center. Feet are fairly close together here. Hands by your sides, tuck shoulder blades under. And we're gonna do a lift. We're gonna do single leg to start. Sorry about that. So it's gonna be a lift, extend the right leg, bring foot down, back to floor, just 10 of these. So lift, extend, right side repeating, down, down. Now as you pick up the right foot, make sure you're not dropping the butt at all. Hips will stay flat, so that line has to be flat. If it's not flat and the butt is just kind of dangling there, you're not gonna feel the glutes. So sometimes I'll have people say like, why is it that I don't feel my glutes when I'm doing bridge lifts? Because you're not lifting high enough. That's why. And the butt is just dangling because the butt's not actually lifting. It's got to lift to feel it. Here's 2. And last one. Keep that leg up. You're going to do down, squeeze. So really, really driving through that left heel. Again, you got to come high enough that you feel the glute. I like to start with the left side because it is my non-dominant. Get that one out of the way. Last one, stay up, squeeze on the ball for 10, 9, 8, flat the hips, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the right foot down, release the butt down. We'll do same thing on the left. So really it's on the right, which means dominant side supporting. For most people, it could be a little easier. Definitely gonna be easier for me. So it's gonna be a lift, extend left, down, down. Oh, good old right side. To be fair, these like first few reps, it's just because it's the fresh side. So who knows? By the time we get to like those single leg bridge lifts, my right side might be about done too. It might be tapping out. So you'll definitely feel inner thighs as well. An area that most people do need to strengthen. And like I say, all this kind of goes in around, supports the pelvic floor. Keep leg up. We do butt down, push big through the right heel, drive all the way up. Just 10 of these. Just 10. Now 10 is a lot of these. Here's 4. Get ready to hold the next one. Squeeze on that ball for 10, 9, 8, 7. Stay lifted. 4, 3, 2, 1. Release foot, release butt. Now it's going to feel like a walk in the park because we get to keep both legs down. You're just going to exhale. Lift, inhale down. Keep a nice tight squeeze on the ball. Lift, flat at the hips. So it'll be a line of energy, shoulders through the kneecaps. If there's a dip in the hips, the butt is not lifting, it's not squeezing as much as it could. Doesn't mean that we want to go too far past that, so it's possible that you could be going the opposite direction and going too far past and getting into the lower back. No, we want to just be flat at the hips, nice straight line there. So butt is squeezed to the maximum, but we're not using the lower back. My inner thighs are about done. You could do this one. You could do this one actually as I'm filming it, right after the last video that I posted, which was the intense like leg burnout bar video. Something like that. It's the last one I posted. You could do this one after that and just really double down on some inner and outer thighs. Tell you what. Here's 3, 2, stay up on 1, and you're just gonna squeeze on the ball. Make these a slow squeeze, don't let the butt come down at all. So find that shake, don't just bounce in, out, in, out, in, out, it's a slow. Squeeze, hold, release, squeeze, hold, release, squeeze, hold, release, squeeze, hold, release. We got 10. 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Bye-bye ball. Hug the knees in. Have a little wiggle around there. So just releasing the hips. You can drop the knees open to either side. I like to do little circles here. So like you're rowing a boat. Just moving the hips through a nice little range of motion. You can reverse it as well, massaging them out. It also massages out the lower back at the same time, just like magic. There we go. And then release the feet to the floor. Let's take the soles of feet together. Let the knees drop open to either side. Whatever you want to do with the hands here, you can have them by the sides. I sometimes like to just mirror with the arms overhead. Just to get that expansion across the chest, open through the fronts of the shoulders. I feel like that stretch is always needed. But just releasing into it here. And then go ahead, bring the knees together, and we're going to reverse that. So knees are falling together, feet we're going to widen to the edges of the mat. Ooh, should feel like a nice little reset. This one, in fact, is a nice pelvic reset. Good one to do at the end of the day. Expands across the lower back. So if you've been sitting in a chair all day, first of all, get up and get moving. I feel like so often people are like, well, I've been sitting all day, so I need to stretch. Well, yeah, I guess. But mostly you need to just go get moving. You're better off going for a long walk than just doing a few stretches and calling it a day. And then let the knees drop side to side. Stretching is complementary to the more dynamic movements. But if you're going for a walk, if you're moving around, you're getting range of motion, you're stretching, you're shaking out the joints, you're warming up the muscles. That's going to be your better bet than just sitting at a chair all day. Stretch, go to bed. No, not enough. Last one here. And then go ahead, hug the knees into the chest, rock up to a seated position. Whew, there we go. So yeah, you can continue to move the legs there. With that being said, you can do more movement there if you want. More is better. But we are done with this workout. So if you enjoyed it, hit that like button down below. While you're there, hit subscribe, come back for when I have my microphone. You can't hear all of the annoying drilling in the background. It's gonna be awesome. And then let me know what kinds of videos you would like to see in the future down below in the comments. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.